escaped prison, deportation, and federal indictments. But in the end, Martin Evil Madrigal couldn't outrun what was coming for him. Martin Madrigal Cazares was raised on the east side of Oxnard, California, and was a member of the Colonia Chiques street gang. By the early 2000s, investigators and law enforcement sources say he had been inducted as a made member of the Mexican Mafia, a jump that didn't just change his status. It changed the whole power map in Ventura County. In 2006, he was deported after serving a 6-year federal prison term. Records also show he later served 77 months for illegal reentry, doing time at federal penitentiaries including Victorville and Leavenworth, Kansas. But even when he wasn't physically in California, authorities say his influence still was. After he ended up back in Mexico, investigators say Madrigal continued calling shots through lieutenants and wiretapped communications, running extortion-style tax collections on gangs and drug dealers in Ventura County and pushing discipline on anyone who didn't play along. One of the names that keeps popping up is Edwin Sporty Mora, a key underling tied to collecting money, managing territory, and seeking approval for violence. And Madrigal's reputation wasn't just fear, it was ego. A letter from fellow Mexican Mafia member Thomas Wino Grajeda basically warning him his authority was going to his head, and if he kept abusing power, he'd end up paying for it. By 2013, Madrigal, his wife Lina Fuentes, and Mora were charged in a federal meth conspiracy case. Mora's federal case was later dismissed after a county conviction, but Fuentes remained a fugitive. Then came the final chapter: Baja California. Law enforcement sources said Madrigal operated in a shadow zone where deported California gang figures and major traffickers mix, moving between Tijuana, Rosarito, and Ensenada, brokering connections and keeping a network alive. 6 months before his death, he was arrested near Rosarito, reportedly riding with a 9-man entourage in a Ford F-150 with California plates, with authorities describing military-grade weapons in the vehicle. And yet, despite being named in U.S. cases and subject to extradition, he was released again under circumstances that remain unclear. At the same time, a bitter internal power struggle was boiling. Sources said Madrigal was clashing with another Mexican Mafia member, Michael "Mike Boo" Moreno, over Ventura control, and even collection rackets reaching into prison systems. Wiretaps captured Moreno warning that anyone still taking direction from Madrigal was going against orders, and that continuing to back evil could get people hurt. And then, in early September 2023, it happened. Madrigal was gunned down in Baja California. Mexican authorities hadn't provided clear answers on exactly where or when he was killed. They couldn't say if it was driven by his dealings, his enemies, or an internal dispute. Martin Evil Madrigal died at 53 years old.